Welcome to Adventure to Anywhere. Tonight we are back at the Lemp Mansion for a follow-up investigation.
The last time we were here, Jill and I were by ourselves 100%. We found some really compelling evidence and we wanted to see if we could find some more. But this time, we brought some friends with us to help us through the night. Join us as we investigate the Lemp Mansion. With the crew all together, and before performing any actual investigations, we took a quick tour of the mansion. So, this room here, now we talked about this in the last video. This room here, and when we were on a ghost tour a long time ago, what they had told us was, whoever the ghost hunting crew was that at one point in time this was a nursery. And they say, they were telling us that when you go up to that window and you touch it, you can feel vibrations, you feel shock. Sometimes you get these feelings of overwhelming sadness and things like that. So we'll definitely spend some time and investigate this evening.
It does though. Like that sounds so stupid to say, and I feel ignorant saying it, but when I put my hand up, the feeling of the glass had the warmth as though there was another human hand on the other side. So the pressure of their hand giving off the warmth is what it felt like in the center. But then if you put your hand over here, it's noticeably colder.
That's not creepy at all. Jacob, are you feeling the same thing?
Honestly, I'm not.
Okay. Yeah. Go right ahead.
It's good that he's not though, because then it was an isolated incident.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it was continuously happening, maybe then it was always like that.
Very much so.
Yeah, like right where you would naturally place your hand if somebody told you to put your hand on there, where you would put your hand. It felt like warm.
You feel anything, Sydney?
Oh, I feel it there.
What does it feel like?
Like, how can you explain that?
It's kind of like warm.
Exactly, yeah.
Like another
warm.
hand is on the
like
other
another,
side, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's weird.
Creepy.
I wish we could go in here.
But when Jill and I stayed here last time, we didn't spend a whole lot of time in this room here. I'm not entirely sure what's in that cabinet. Jacob, you want to have a look and see what's in there?
Yeah. The side's locked.
Okay. Nothing in there. What you got?
There's a Ouija board.
Oh, that's all we want is a Ouija board.
Right?
It's very dark.
Upon finding the Ouija board, Jacob decided to take a photo of it. And when he did, something very curious happened.
Weird. Show Brad.
What do you guys got?
Yeah, so I took a picture of the Ouija board, and I had this little thing. I think it's like the little hair on my phone case.
Right.
So I moved it down, and I tried to take another picture.
What?
Yeah, and then I took another picture, and it was just normal.
And that, boys and girls, is why you don't mess with Ouija boards. Sometimes I wish I'd take my own advice, but we'll get more into that later.
Show us into the lavender room, please. So, this was the room that Jill and I stayed in the last time we stayed the night here alone. And this is where we found probably the best evidence. We had an excellent EVP, which case the phone was somewhere around right here. And we also had a very interesting phenomenon as we were doing a late night EVP session with the night vision camera, and our phone camera was blinking. It was giving off like a blinking light that was just really strange. So we're gonna try to recreate that tonight. And in the bathroom, it was one thing that we didn't keep in the video, but because I wasn't sure if the sound that happened was from the outside, but it sounded like a child laughing. very odd and very creepy. So this room, the Lavender suite in general, was probably one of the most haunted locations in this mansion, at least for Jill and I.
Hey, I need you to come see if you can hear this.
Yeah, sure.
Now, this could be me hearing the air conditioning.
Okay.
I feel like I hear humming.
Yeah, you said that more than once. Where do you hear it coming from?
Down kind of this way.
Kind of on the steps?
Yeah, kind of like down in that area.
Let's go check it out. Whoa. Hold on. My camera's gone. My camera's gone completely weird.
Oh, is it
It's like,
turning?
there it goes. Okay. I think that was just user error. It was
Oh,
not a
okay.
haunted thing. It was user error. We're
Oh,
okay.
man. I'm like, this is getting crazy.
Is anyone down here humming? That's a car.
Oh, I was gonna say.
That was a car. That was a car. Hey guys, I don't know if you could see this, but I have never seen this door open. Jonathan, see if you can, is there a light on in here that we can look?
Right here.
Okay, so it's just a nice bathroom,
Super nice.
but I did not know this was open. Jacob, did you open this?
Yeah.
Oh! Well, never mind. Mystery solved. This here is the Elsa room. And I've heard once upon a time that this was one of the most haunted. So when we came here last time, we didn't stay here, so we didn't have any kind of experience here. But one very cool thing about this room, somebody want to come here and help me out with this? Is as you can see, this floorboard here is kind of cracked, and what people do is they leave notes of their experiences and different things inside the boards.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah, there's like tons of notes down there and whatnot.
Taken up by a guest here, or if this was done intentionally by the hotel and then they encourage you to leave notes, or
I don't know, as the history has gone on, I just knew about this, but I never.
lot in here though.
Yeah, there's tons in here. I never actually see any of them.
Okay.
Jonathan, what do you got on that one?
This is from December 15th, 2018. I saw a shadow figure out the left window last night. Thought it was a tree, but there aren't any. Enjoy. Happy hauntings.
We drank most of the night and had a blast. The room does get very, very cold. Zeke got excited when we talked about him and flicked the lights often. We played with the Ouija board, but got so scared after it read JH, December. When I was reading the notes from other people, I thought I felt someone touch my neck.
Dude.
10 out of 10, great time. Yes, in the room down the hill, I got on a chair and looked into the window of other side and saw a white face.
Oh!
Great. I loved it when you picked up my purse and dropped it on the floor. Swinging chandeliers.
So I've heard that before. I've heard about the chandeliers swinging. I don't know which room, but I think that happens in the Lavender room.
A bell ringing in our room.
Oh, that's weird.
Ding, 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 ding. In case you didn't know what a bell sounded like.
12/17/2017. I chased my, quote, boyfriend up 2 flights of stairs into our bedroom with the door wide open. Turns out it wasn't actually him. It's taken me about half an hour to calm down.
As we continued to read some of the experiences of previous guests, we come to find some were serious, while others not so
I
much.
mean, this is serious. Like, are you guys ready? We have to stay here tonight.
Okay, ready.
He says, I pooped on the floor, and the spirits pooped on me.
Sweet mother!
He doesn't specify what floor he pooped on.
Oh, great.
So
Oh, fantastic.
The poo could be anywhere.
With the night growing darker every minute, it was time to set up our equipment.
All right, guys, so we had our fun with the lights on, so I think it's time now for lights out. We're gonna send each of you individually to do personal EVP sessions with a night vision camera.
Everyone returned from their investigations in one piece and shared their experiences. We reviewed all the evidence from each investigation and found nothing out of the ordinary. That is, on all except for one. As I was reviewing the evidence, I came across something I never experienced before. Sydney was doing her investigation in front of the glass door we mentioned at the beginning of this video. You know, this one. Anyhow, she walked away from the door to continue her investigation over by the piano in the corner of the hallway. Seeing as she had another night vision camera with her, she left this one behind. While I was reviewing this, I so desperately wanted to see a ghostly face or hand press against the glass. While that never happened, I did come across an odd audio phenomenon. As she completed her investigation, she left this camera on the table, but as she walked by, there was an odd distorted noise picked up on audio. Sydney was accompanied by Jacob, who was holding one of the cameras. They were the only two upstairs at the time. When they returned from the investigation, she mentioned that she had a staticky feeling. This is interesting because this may explain the distortion in the audio. I'm going to play the clip again, only this time, listen for more than just the distorted noise. You'll hear Jacob and Sydney talking, but there is also a third voice. What we heard was the voice saying something. Then you will hear Jacob speak, and just as Sydney says, the voice speaks once again and during the distortion. Did you hear the voice? Leave us a comment and let us know what you think it said. The team gathered together once again and headed up to the third floor for a group investigation.
On the third floor where Jonathan was doing his EVP session, and on this third floor there's rumors of a little boy that plays around here, a ghost of a little boy. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a ball on a chair, and we're going to see if we can get the little boy to interact with it.
The ghost boy, who is known as Zeke, did not interact with the toy ball on the chair. We did, however, capture an interesting EVP. While we were performing the investigation, everyone had their voice memo apps running on their phones trying to capture EVPs. This clip was taken from one of those phones.
Okay. Cool.
This one is a little harder to hear, but after you hear me say cool, 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 there's a brief pause and then a voice which, interestingly enough, seems to say Brad.
Okay. Cool.
First time that Jill and I visited this mansion alone, I felt a pinching sensation on my neck when we were investigating in this very spot. Was this some sort of sign that the spirit remembered me?
Okay. Cool. So one thing that is sort of interesting is, for the most part, the night vision camera that we've been using is this one right here. And this one does currently have like 122 minutes left on the charge. This one down here that we have not been using that often, it only has 16-minute charge. And this is the camera that Jill and I used when we were here before. And so this was the only camera we had and we used it all night. So a little strange that it drained so quickly, but again, you know, you don't know and you can't call that paranormal necessarily. So we all came together here in the Lavender room because this is the place where Jill and I experienced most of our evidence when we came here the last time. So one of the things that happened was we caught a really good EVP. And that's why the whole night we've had this camera running, hoping to catch maybe another EVP and hopefully, you know, something has moved or a shadow goes by or anything. The other thing that we want to try to recreate is we had a very strange experience with our camera that was making a blinking, just a blinking from it.
We set up our cameras, turned the lights off, and began our investigation. Everyone had their voice memo apps running in an attempt to capture EVPs. Two strange things happened during this part of the investigation. While I spent a lot of time convincing myself that the blinking light was nothing more than some sort of technical issue between the cameras, something from the spirit world seemed to disagree with me.
So I'm thinking maybe what it is it's just something about the cameras between each other. Yeah, because there it goes again.
We heard a very soft voice saying no. Now, we do want to be careful here, because there were multiple people spread throughout the room. While we do recall everyone staying completely silent during this investigation, it is possible that this was one of our investigators.
So I'm thinking maybe what it is it's just something about the cameras between each other. Yeah, because there it goes again. I don't know that I could give a full explanation of what it is, but it has something to do with the cameras looking at each other. I don't know exactly what's happening there, but I do think we did debunk that.
This is the second strange thing that happened. As I was once again debunking the flashing light, the camera strangely went out of focus. It had not done this during the entire investigation. This was the same camera that was drained of battery life very quickly. This was also the same camera that was being used when we picked up that EVP and the strange audio interference from earlier in the video. Is this all evidence of spirits manipulating technical equipment? It was getting late. In fact, it was 3 a.m. in the morning. Only 3 of us remained awake. There was only one thing left to do. Now, remember how we found that Ouija board and I said that we shouldn't mess with said Ouija board? Well, we messed with the Ouija board. Nothing out of the ordinary happened. So long as you call playing with a Ouija board at 3 a.m. in the morning in an effort to communicate with spirits ordinary. But when we finished, well, I'll just show you.
Feel the pressure difference, like coming from the side. And when you were saying it felt like it was being pulled away from you, it felt like it was pushing into you.
Yeah.
That was weird. I've never used one before, and I don't know. Like, I know you're supposed to be patient, but
Did you see them? I'll play it again, only this time, pay attention to Jonathan on the right. I'll even slow down the speed so that you might be able to see them better. What I'm talking about here are orbs. Now, I'm not one to get excited over orbs as paranormal evidence. There are so many things that orbs can be. Everything from bugs to dust to light reflections. But I wanted to at least show it in the video and let you decide. Are these spirits or something completely explainable? So last night, we all took individual rooms to sleep in. And last night I picked the one that freaked me out the most. And I gotta say, nothing happened. I slept comfortably through the night. It was very nice. It was very nice. I think what creeped me out a lot, same as the hallway outside, is it's some of the colors of the room. They kind of have a darker, color to them. The drapes feel kind of older, and so that kind of adds to the spookiness. Some of the paintings that are on here, there's nothing wrong with them. They give off an eerie vibe. Last night when we were investigating this room, one of the things that happened, I'm not going to say that happened, but you can see this curtain here moving. Last night when I was sitting down here, it was moving rather violently, and there's a vent right up there, blowing air down on it, and even though you really can't feel it, you still have to debunk things like that, and you have to say, what, no, that's just what it is. Definitely a creepy feeling at night, but once you've spent the night in the room, and it's a beautiful room, you wake up and you see it in a different light. The Lemp Mansion will always be one of our favorite places to both visit and investigate. Do you have the courage to stay the night in this haunted mansion? We've left a link in the description so you can learn more about this location. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to sharing our next adventure with you.